promotor, Professor Dr. Sumarsi, MPD, as the moderator for the examinations of proposal seminar. Please take your time, Prof.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable, the Head of the Doctoral Study Program, LTBI, Ibu Dr. Fahri Hasmani, SPD, MHUM. Yeah, and then as the leader of the proposal dissertation conference, Ibu, the second Vice Dean, Ibu Dr. Masitowarni Silaban, MPD. Thank you for your session in opening the conference. The Honorable, the reviewers, Bapak Profesor Dr. Iwayan Dirgayasa, MHUM, Pak Mahmud Layan Hutasuhud, SPD, MHUM, PhD, Ibu Dr. Fauziah Khairani Lubis, SSM, MHUM, and co-promoter, Ibu Winda Setiasari, SSM, MHUM, PhD. And the special student for today facing the conference, Ibu Rafika Dewi Nasution, SPD, MHUM. Thank you for all of the person who come to join this room. The first one, Ibu Rafika Dewi Nasution, SPD, MHUM. Are you ready to present for today? In at least 15 minutes, not more than 20 minutes. And the most important one, you can explain the gap, phenomena gap, theory gap, and research gap, and then the problem and the theories of your supporting your dissertation. And chapter 3, of course, about the design and the most important subject of your research. Yeah, I think this time I give you Ibu Rafika Dewi Nasution, SPD, MHUM, to present, and time for you. Before that, you must give the opening statement first. Thank you. Time for you, Bu.
Thank you, ma'am. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity this morning. For the first, I would like to say thank you for Ibu WD2, Dr. Masitowarni Siregar, MHUM, and my promoter, Ma'am Professor Sumarsi, MPD, my co-promoter, Ma'am Winda Setiasari, SSM, MHUM, PhD, and my examiners, Sir Professor Dr. Iwayan Dirgayasa, MHUM, Sir Mahmud Layan Hutasuhud, SPD, MHUM, PhD, and Ma'am Dr. Fauziah, SSM, MHUM, who has given me times to attend my proposal dissertation seminar. I say thank you very much. Here I will present my proposal with the title Language Acquisition in Children with Speech Disorder through Social Emotional Learning (SEL) with a linguistic approach in language therapy classes at Smart Aurika School, Medan. Okay, in chapter 1, introductions, I have three gap for this. For the first phenomena gap, language therapy in the field still oriented towards linguistic ability, while the social emotional needs of children with speech disorder have not been optimally integrated. Ideally, children with speech disorder not only receive linguistic interventions to improve language skill, but also receive support for their social and emotional development. Effective language learning should be able to develop communication skill as well as the ability to recognize emotions, build social relationship, increase confidence, and manage frustrations. However, in practice, language therapy in most schools or therapy centers still focus on linguistic aspects such as vocabulary mastery, phonology, syntax, and articulations. The social emotional aspect has not yet become an integrated part of the therapy process, even though children with speech disorder often experience difficulties in emotional regulations, social interactions, and confidence. This condition shows that there is a gap between the holistic development needs of children and implementation of language therapy, which is still predominantly. In the theory graph, psycholinguistic theory and social emotional learning develop separately. There is no theoretical framework that integrates both approaches to explain the language acquisition of children with speech disorder. Psycholinguistic theory explains that language acquisition involves cognitive and linguistic process, according to Pillman in 2020, while social emotional learning cell theory emphasizes the importance of developing social and emotional competencies as part of the learning process, according to Black 2022. Both theories contribute to child development. However, most theories and practice of language intervention still view language acquisition as a process dominated by linguistic and cognitive aspect. In contrast, cell theory is more widely applied in general education and has not been widely developed as a conceptual foundations in language therapy for children with speech disorder. Thus, there is no theoretical model that comprehensively integrates psycholinguistic theory and social emotional learning theory in explaining how language acquisition occurs in children with speech disorder through language therapy. In the research graph, most research on social emotional learning was conducted on children with normally development in a normal school environment, like Hassani and Schwab 2016, Cipriano and McCarthy 2023, Prentice and Prentice 20 and 24, Anna Ferry 2022, Cassandra Bell et al. 20 and 24. Several studies have indeed examined the applications of cell in children with language disorder or developmental language disorder, like Sarah 2019, Elke et al. 2022, Fitriani et al. 2019, Bichox et al. 2024, Matthew E. Foster et al. 2023, Emmanuel Tedon et al. 2016, Sahira Ulpa 2022. However, this study focuses more on the development of social functions in general and has not integrated cell directly into the language therapy process. In addition, research on cell interventions in children with special needs is still very limited, especially in the ASEAN region. Previous research has also not explore the factors that influence the application of cell in language therapy. Teacher and parents involved and the relationship between social emotional competency and children's language acquisitions. More specifically, no research has been found that integrated linguistics approach and emotional learning in language therapy classes for children with speech disorder at Smart Aurika School Medan. Therefore, this study seeks to fill this gap by exploring how the integration of linguistic approach and SAL can support children's language acquisition more holistic way. And then the research problem is number one, how is the social emotional learning process in students with speech disorder in language therapy classes at SMA Aurika School Medan? Number two, how the linguistic process of language acquisition in students with speech disorder in language therapy classes at SMA Aurika School Medan. Number three, what are the obstacles faced by students with speech disorder and language therapy classes in the language learning process through social emotional learning at SMA Aurika School Medan? And the last, how are the achievements of language acquisition in students with speech disorder in language therapy class through the social emotional learning approach at SMA Aurika School Medan? The objectives of the problem to describe how social emotional learning is experienced by students with speech disorder in language therapy classes at SMA Aurika School Medan. Number two, to analyze the linguistic process of language acquisitions in students with speech disorder in language therapy classes at SMA Aurika School Medan. Number three, to identify obstacles faced by students with speech disorder in language therapy classes and language learning process through social emotional learnings at SMA Aurika School Medan. And number four, to examine the language acquisition achievement in children with speech impairments in language therapy classes through the social emotional learning approach at SMA Aurika School Medan. The significances of the study, the findings of this study are expert for the social emotional learning and linguistic theories of language acquisitions in the language learning process in the language therapy classes for children with speech disorder. Then these findings are expected to be a source of reading and information as well as insight for further research and can be used as a basis for further studies. Practically, by using social emotional learning approach, teacher or therapists not only control students' emotion but also control their own emotions as well as social skill. This social and emotional approach is a stimulus so that the student also give their emotional and social response well. The second, by using the linguistic theory of linguistic acquisitions, teacher or therapists make it easier for teachers to understand students' ability to learn language like word, phrase, sentence, and increase student motivation to learn language. The next, to help other researchers better understanding how to use and apply the social emotional learning approach the learning, especially for children with speech disorder and as a reference for further research. And the last one, the application and use of this social emotional approach will increase knowledge for the community and for parents who have children with special needs, especially for children with disorder. This proves how important the social emotional learning approach is for children with speech disorder to be known so that children with special needs with this speech disorder can speak well. And it is also hoped that after adulthood, they will get a decent job according to their abilities. And now we go to the chapter 2, review of literatures. Okay, for this we have five parts for this chapter. Number one, speech disorder. The next, language therapy, and then linguistic approach, and the next, social emotional learning, and the last one, SMA Aurika School. Okay, speech disorder. Okay, children with speech needs Children with special needs, or in English ABK, are children who have physical, mental, intellectual, or sensory barriers that affect their ability to participate optimally in the social, emotional, and educational environment. According to WHO 2011, disability includes impairment, activity limitations, and participation restrictions, and is classified into physical, intellectual, sensory, learning, and psychosocial disability. Heward and Orlansky in 1992 added the children with disabilities need special education service because of physical characteristics of learning abilities that are different from children in general. They group ABK into 8 categories, namely intellectual barriers, learning difficulties, emotional disorder, communication disorder, hearing impairments, visual impairment, physical impairments, and multiple disability. And children with special needs speech disorder is in children with special needs are difficulties in producing sounds, pronouncing words clearly, and speaking fluently, which has an impact on communication, learning, and social interaction skill. This disorder is generally related to developmental delays, neurological disorder, hearing loss, autism spectrum disorder or ESD, genetic syndrome, and environmental factors. In general, speech disorder include articulation disorder, phonological disorder, speech disorder, and sounds or resonance disorder. The treatment is carried out through speech therapy. The use of augmentative and alternative communications for non-verbal children, parental involvement in home exercise, and school support through individualized education program, IEP to improve children's communication skill and social participations. Okay, and the next language therapy. ABK needs educational services that are tailored to their respective needs and characteristics so that they can develop optimally. In Indonesia, this is strengthened through Permendikbud Ristek number 48 of 2023, which require formal school to provide decent accommodations, including funding, support, accessible facilities, and infrastructures, as well as curriculum adjustment for students with disabilities. This policy support the implementation of inclusive education that provides equal learning opportunities for all children. Recommended treatments include individual and group speech therapy, the use of argumentative and alternative for nonverbal children, home-based exercise with parental involvement, and school support through individual education program. Appropriate and collaborations intervention are expected to improve the communications, learning, and social participation skills of children with speech with special needs. Therapy to overcome speech delay is divided into several types, including speech therapy, language therapy, swallowing therapy, eating therapy, and voice therapy. Each therapy has its own advantage and functions in dealing with disorder. However, in dealing with speech disorder, it is more appropriate to use speech and language therapy. Speech therapy and language therapy are forms of therapy that aims to help children overcome disorder in speech, language, and communication. Speech therapy and language therapy, although often used interchangeably, have different focuses. Speech therapy focuses on the speech mechanism, such as how sound are produced and spoken, like articulation disorder, stuttering, and other speech problem. And language therapy focus on the ability to understand and use language, both verbally in writings, difficulty understanding instructions, limit vocabulary, and difficulty composing sentence. This therapy involves a variety of techniques and strategies designed to improve the child's ability to speak. understand language, and communicate effectively, both verbally and non-verbally, depending on the individual needs. And then a linguistic approach for this psycholinguistic is a branch of science that studies the relationship between mental process, psychology, and language. Linguistic. The focus of the discussion is understanding language comprehension, producing language production, and acquiring language or acquisition. The linguistic approach in literary focus on the systematic development of language structure. The development of this aspect is greatly influenced by the quality and quantity of the language input received by children. This approach includes phonology trains, the productions and discriminations of language through articulation exercise. Number 2, morphology develops the ability to form words such as suffix. Number 3, syntax train, sentence arrangement from simple to complex. Number 4, semantics develops an understanding of meaning and relationship between words. And the last one, pragmatic training in the use of language in a social context. And then these CASELs, relate to the social emotional learning. CASEL or collaborative for academic, social, and emotional learning, defines CEL as one of the ways that can be done to apply knowledge, develop social and emotional skill to build more positive interaction for foster empathy in children. Okay, then the core CEL competencies from CASELs, 2017, CASEL and CASEL have the 5 indicators as follows. Number 1, self-awareness, the ability to understand a person's own emotions, thoughts, and values, and how they affect behavior across contexts. This includes the capacity to recognize a person's strength and limitation with self-confidence and reasons goals. The next, number 2, self-management, the ability to effectively manage one's emotion, thoughts, and behavior in different situations and to achieve goals and aspirations. This includes the capacity to delay gratification, manage stress, and sense motivations, and agency to achieve personal and collective goals. Number 3, social awareness, the ability to understand perspective, the empathize with others, including those from different backgrounds, cultures, and contexts. This includes the capacity to feel compassion for others, to understand a broader historical and social norms for behavior across different settings, and to recognize family, school, and community research and support. The next, relationship skill, ability to build and maintain healthy and supportive relationships and to effectively navigate settings with diverse individual and group. This include the capacity to communicate clearly, listen actively, work together, work collaboratively to solve the problem and negotiate conflict constructively, navigate settings with different social and cultural demands and opportunities, provide leaderships, and seek or offer help when needed. And the last one, responsible decision making, ability to make caring and constructive choice about personal behavior and social interactions in variety of situations. This includes the capacity to consider ethical standards and safely concerns and to evaluate the benefits and consequences of various actions for personal, social, and collective gain. Okay, this is about the school. Smart Aurika School is located on Jalan Sei Batanghari, number 114, Babura Sunggal, Medan Sunggal District, Medan City, North Sumatra. Smart Aurika School was established in 2015, and now it already has branches in other cities, namely Batam and Palembang. Smart Aurika School is a special intervention school for deaf and speech delayed children. At Smart Aurika School, students are taught to hear, speak, and comprehend. The programs of Smart Aurika School are regular classes tune, rhythm, and melody. Therapy classes, behavioral therapy, audio-visual therapy, and language therapy. Drawing classes, field trip, and outbound with various existing programs to help children development, both intellectual and motor. Okay, this is the previous study, 2020, Catherine L. et al. Yeah, with the title Treatment of Considerations for Children with Speech Sound Disorder in School-Based Settings. And then 2017, yeah, Daniel G.R. et al. With the title Children with Speech Sound Disorder at School Challenges for Children, Parents, and Teachers. And in 2022, Anna Perry, The Effect of Explicit Instruction Targeting Social Emotional Competencies on Vocabulary Development of Post-Grade Students. Okay, this is my pictures for the conceptual framework. Yeah, for the first one, speech disorder, go to the language therapist. We can, from the language therapist, to analyze social emotional needs for self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skill, responsible decision-making, and then analyze linguistic process, the phonology, semantic, syntactic, pragmatic, and then the interview obstacle faced by students with speech disorder, teachers, as therapists, and experts, and then questionnaires for the achievement of language acquisitions parents. That I will conduct the research in Smart Aurika School to get the findings. Okay, and then chapter 3, research methodology. Time, this research will conduct in fourth semester of the 2026-2027 academic year. Locations, Smart Aurika School Medan. Research design, the approach taken in this study use a qualitative, descriptive, and case study method. Descriptive research is used to study how people in a particular community interpret and react to social or human problems. And the research requires the following steps: the emergence of questions and process, data collection in the context of participant, inductive data analysis, import from specific themes to broad themes, and finally, the formulation of the interpretations of result. Okay, population and sample, yeah, 10 students and 10 therapists or teacher, 10 students and 10 therapists or teacher in therapy classes to obtain language acquisition data through social emotional learning approach and linguistic process of language acquisitions. And 2, expert in special education, the chairman of the foundation and the principal to obtain the data on the importance of language therapy classes for children with special needs with speech disorder and what obstacles students face. And then 10 parents of the students who attends a language therapy class to obtain data on student speaking achievement. Okay, the data collection technique, yeah, data will be collected in the form of recording, interview, and questionnaire. The researcher will also explore books, journals, studies, and other relevant publications for more information. Recording, the researcher will record the learning taking place in language therapy class. The results are analyzed into 5 main components: social and emotional learning and the linguistic acquisition process. And then interview, the teacher therapist will be interviewed to find out the learning process and the extent of student language acquisition achievement. The principal will be interviewed about the learning process, materials, and student achievement target. The chairman of the foundation who introduced language therapy to the community will be interviewed to find the right intervention for students with special needs. And then questionnaire, the researcher will give a questionnaire, the parents of students, the result will be used to determine the achievements of learning outcomes in language acquisitions in the language therapy. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you to Ibu Rafika Dewi Nasution,
Yes,
SPDM.
ma'am.
You use the time not more 20 minutes. Thank you. And I continue to invite the Honorable the reviewer, Professor Dr. Iwayan Vigayasa, and whom time for you to give Ibu Rafika comment, question, advice, and suggestion. Time for you, Prof. Are you here, Prof? Prof Wayan? Yeah. Yeah, I continue to the next reviewer. I see Pak Mahmud, ya, Pak Mahmud Ryan Huta Suhud, SPDM Hum, PhD. Time for you to give a comment, question, suggestion, advice to Ibu Rafika Dewi Nasution, SPDM Hum.
Thank you,
Thank
Prof.
you. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, like, it should be Prof. Wayan first. Yeah, well. Okay. So, hello, Bu Pika.
Yes, sir.
How are you
Yes, sir,
today?
because Prof. Wayan still with the link.
Okay.
Sir.
Because you
Sorry,
didn't
sir.
give us the link to the
Yeah,
Zoom
I
meeting.
forget it, sir. So sorry, sir.
Yeah.
With me,
Okay.
sir. Aduh.
Right.
Aduh.
So, this is a very interesting proposal, Ibu Pika.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you started it with, you know, an important context, very personal, which I understand. And don't get me wrong here, Ibu Pika. Okay, I'll try. I will try to review this proposal in order to make it better, okay, and then more manageable for you to complete later on, and then also to make to improve the quality of the writing as well. And you can take notes if you want to. Okay, so there's a lot of things going on, to my understanding, in this proposal. My first question would be that you argue that SEL, or social emotional learning, should be integrated into language therapy. Am I correct? That's your main argument, right, Ibu Pika?
Yes,
After
sir.
reading your proposal, social emotional learning should be integrated into language therapy. So what, I mean, like, I'm just wondering whether social emotional learning improves language because it reduces anxiety, or because it increases interaction opportunities, or because it improves executive functioning or motivation? Can you please explain the cause and effect factor here, Ibu Bika? Because that's what I want to see here. You discussed, why did I say a lot of things going on here? Because you discussed psycholinguistics,
Yes.
you discussed language acquisition, you discussed speech disorders, you discussed hearing loss,
Yeah.
you discussed SEL, social emotional learning, and then you also included in your discussion language theory. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm interested. So please tell me, which of these, psycholinguistics, language acquisition, speech disorders, hearing loss, social emotional learning, language therapy, which of these is your main theory, and which of these is your supporting theory, and which of these is your contextual framework? What is the relationship among them conceptually, Bupika?
I think
This
for
is
the first,
to make your
yes.
proposal stronger later on. I haven't seen it in your proposal yet. What do you think, Bupika?
Yes, sir.
Don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to help you point out, okay, aspects that you can work on to improve your proposal later on.
Yeah, I think so. For the first, for social emotional learning, I think that's very important. Yeah, to
Okay.
speech disorders. Yeah, for the speech
Mhm.
disorder for the children's, to problems to the language, to produce the language. Yeah.
Mm.
Then I think that relate to the therapy classes. Yeah,
Okay.
in therapy class, the children's and therapists as a teacher interactions together. I think I will analyze the interactions through the cell approach, social emotional learning, for the 5 core competencies, and then
Okay.
after that I analyze the interactions to the linguistic, the level of the linguistic. I think for the linguistic here, so far the students can produce language. We can know from the level of each, maybe on word, maybe on phrase, sentence, yeah, on vocabulary. I think we can get it. We can see from this, yeah. And then after that, I give the interview. I give a list of interview for the founders and the teachers and the chairmen
You're not there yet,
to know
Ibu
the
Bika.
obstacles of the
Yeah, I know. We
students,
are not
and
there yet. It's
yes,
you are
something
getting
like
into
that.
the
And then
methodology.
chat, I think in
Bupika.
interactions
Hello, Bupika.
relate
Listen
to
to me
the
first.
psychology. Yeah.
Okay, Bupika.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We are not there yet. Okay. You are talking about the methodology, interviewing things. My question is, I would like you to focus on the main theory first. Okay. So you have to draw your proposal based on the main theory first. And then after that, you go to the supporting theory. And then after that, the contextual framework. Why did I suggest this to you? Because as I said before, you discussed a lot of things here in your proposal. Okay, so first thing first, focus on one thing after another first. Don't take all things together at once. Okay, Bupika. So after reading your proposal, I can see that you discuss psycholinguistics, you discuss language acquisition, you discuss speech disorders, you discussed hearing loss, you discussed SEL, you discussed language therapy. But then, as I heard from your explanation before, you will analyze interaction, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And then you will also try to bring this into linguistics, correct?
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't see any linguistics here. Maybe I missed it. I'm not really sure.